they can at least what they determine to be a safe distance. And then we're getting some new images right now really quickly, Tim, a ground level shot of what the suspects looked like as they were driving by in Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard. You can see that 101 sign right there, and then you're going to see the officers passing by, moving slow, but they do have some sort of formation as they move towards that vehicle. And again, I was just asking you, does it change looks like they drove over that spike strip right there. That was likely the moment they drove over that spike strip right there. But I was going to ask you, once they drive over that spike strip and the tires are damaged, does it change protocol at all?
Not really. I mean, the thing is, you don't want him going fast. You don't want to push him and make him go fast because he's going to lose control of the car and run into somebody. So they do their best to keep an eye on him, and not chase him as much as you can. But the thing is, like I said a couple times so far, is that these guys, they will continue to run. They will continue to pretty much, it's along for the ride. You're trying to figure out where to go. And this is taking him back towards Figueroa, the street he just got off of.
Tim, would you say it's surprising to see how much ground he's covered, though? Because as you mentioned, starting in Cerritos, the 101...
Yeah, it's a lot of ground. I mean, he's come all the way from Cerritos, like you said. He's up the freeways, all through the mountains of Hollywood, and then back through Hollywood, now down through South LA here by USC. Yeah, he's covered a lot of ground.
Really quickly, Tim, you have two officers, I think, with LAPD on the right side of our screen right there. Does it appear that they're doing anything? Looks like they've set up another spike strip.
He had a spike strip, but then he ran and put it back in there, and he's letting him go here. They'll do that, get ahead of him and try to throw a spike strip. You might see one around the corner there is why he's stopped.
Northbound, where you had that collision right about the Glendale area, didn't lose a tire, but definitely smashed that front end of the car. Later on, Mahalik, he did hit some rocks earlier. He drove off the road, don't know if something caught the wheel or what, but he got off the road and it damaged that passenger side. But it continues on. He's moving very, very slowly right there. He's coming up. There you go. These officers, they got their spike strips out. Don't know what the point is. This guy is close. He's talking to that officer. I'm sure he's got some choice. There's some choice words going on. I wish we could hear it. I don't think we could hear it. But something is definitely going on right there. And officers now with their weapons out, that's something else to see. If these guys were armed, they would have their guns out, and this would be a different stance. So they believe that these suspects are just two knuckleheads, burglary suspects.
In the rain, two guys suspected in a burglary in the Cerritos area, still evading police, and we don't know how this is going to end. We know that the car is a bit disabled. Don't know if police are just keeping their distance and waiting for this car to give out, for this to end peacefully. And for a while there, they were driving erratically and fast, and then they kind of slowed it down, leisurely drive, and then at parts during this chase, they kind of picked it up again. With the passenger hanging out the door. And just a bit ago, we saw some people who no doubt have seen this on
following along behind that white looks like an older Buick, and then of course that other one right there. These cars definitely following.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely following the suspect. I see phones out. I see other type of smartphones. So these guys, if the LAPD isn't chasing them now, they are. And if they know them, this could be a problem for them when this comes to an end, If they don't know them, it might also still be a problem for you because LAPD is not going to take too kindly to that. There's that Buick right there pulling up right next to him right now, basically talking to that guy. Don't know if he's giving him some wise advice or just some advice, but look at that. People basically out there, maybe he knows this area, basically stopping right now, talking to people out there on the streets. If these are his people, then, they need to tell him, just get out of the car. There we go. Driver's out of the car, on the phone, just kind of walking around. This is where it's coming to an end. Sitting on the car. So, he's taunted LAPD many times, and it seems like he's taunting them again. Very bizarre ending to a very bizarre chase. Earlier on, this guy taunting officers, donuts in the streets. He did make a collision with one other person on the 101 freeway. It was very tense moments. Then we were winding our way through the mountains out there. This guy really put that car through its paces. Maybe very good at video games. This car really started to handle the punishment that was being doled out to it. Front passenger tire, when he went off the road, hit a big rock. That tire eventually went flat miles down the road. Here we go. This car's sitting here on the street. I know we're near McKinley. People are starting to work their way out here in numbers. A large crowd is going to start forming out here shortly. And, LAPD in the area, but they're waiting on the sheriff's department right now. Just looking up and down the street, we're trying to get an idea where this is. But right now, this guy's standing in the rain.
Amazing.
People coming out, taking pictures. And the car is sitting there, and more people starting to work their way out.
The suspects know what's going on. We've got some ground video now of this car making its way down Hollywood Boulevard. Just crazy. I can't remember the last time we saw a pursuit in the rain like this, where he was going so fast down surface streets and doing donuts in a convertible with the top down, hanging out, kind of just being a menace as he has been. And right now, they have made no effort to hide themselves. They've stopped the car. Looks like he's getting back into the car now.
Because they don't want to be outnumbered and have an issue. So they're going to be waiting on more units to arrive out here. And they are. You can see some sheriff's units right there. Again, this is going to be very close to 5-1 in Central, 51st and Central. You can take a look at all the traffic out there. And these two guys, they're moment to shine. Some high fives going around, a bunch of selfies being taken, and more people starting to show up out here as the cars are